Hi, this is Raj from Sportscars. Here I've got an absolutely amazing Porsche 987 Gen 2 Boxster S, finished in triple black, so basalt black paintwork. It's got a black fabric hood and it's got the black leather interior as well, with contrast silver stitching on the seats and the gear knob and the handbrake and the steering wheel as well. It's in absolutely lovely condition, as you can see. It has been ceramic coated quite recently, and we've just given it a very light machine polish and wax as well, so the paintwork is fully protected, largely unmarked. There's a couple of tiny, like 2 or 3 stone chips we've just very carefully touched in on the bumper, but nothing else on the rest of the car. There's no scrapes or anything like that on this car. It's been very well looked after by its previous owners. We've actually sold this car a couple of times to the last few owners, so it's been a car we've always had a soft spot for, because it has got such an epic list of options. So with it being an S, it means it's the 3.4 litre flat 6. With it being it's a January 2010 car, so that means it's a 987 Gen 2, so that means it's got the direct fuel injection 3.4, which doesn't suffer any major engine issues. These are incredibly reliable, and we tend to focus on these 2009 or newer. You can tell that they're a Gen 2 because they have those pointed lights at the back there, and they're LEDs. So a slightly revised rear bumper too, with a lower rear splitter, and at the front you have daylight running lights in these lower lights sections here where the turn signals are. But you've also got on this car Porsche dynamic lighting system, so that means it's got bi-xenons with headlight washers, and these xenon bulbs here, they're actually on a pivot and they rotate as you go around corners, and it is speed variable, so it gives the effect of actually lighting up around the corner, giving you advance warning of anything coming up. It's a really effective system, unusual to see on Boxsters, but this car has been spec'd so well. So from the factory, it also had the 19-inch sport design wheels, and they were finished in gloss. They were actually finished in basalt black, and then they have that silver edge around them. That's as it came from the factory. With it being an S, it also has a larger brake setup with the guards red brake calipers with Porsche on them. The tyres are matching Michelin Pilot Sport N2s, and they're all in great condition as well, as are the discs and pads. We've had a lot of work done on this car in the past, so we had the front coolant crossover pipes all done. This car's just been serviced in September 2023. The current mileage is just a touch under 57, so 56,964. It was serviced 56,200 and something, so it's done less than 1,000 miles since that last service in September, and so it's not due a service till September 2025. So all good for the time being regarding maintenance. The last owner had some really nice neat touches done on it. He had the vents removed, and then they were plasti dipped, so they've been given this carbon effect, which really makes it look much more like a sport design edition. And same with these front vents here, they've also been plasti dipped as well, as have the door entry guards on the inside. So these inner ones are normally just a black plastic, they've been done as well. This car came from the factory with the optional carbon fibre door entry guards with the Boxster S in silver, so that is all original there. It's got the original Porsche mats in red, and on the inside there's some really other nice options like the red seat belts, guards red. It's got the embossed headrests on the two-way electric seats. It's got all red dials, as you can see there. Prior to the first time we bought it, a chap installed the Pioneer head unit, which has got full CarPlay. So my phone is connected to that, so you've got the ability to use Google Maps, Waze, listen to podcasts, digital radio through your phone, and as well as all the other media on your phone you can use through that system, as well as having Bluetooth wireless audio and Bluetooth phone calls as well. It's got the full climate control system, so that means you can set a temperature and then it will change itself, the fan speed, and where it's directing it, or you can override it. And it has Sport Chrono, so Sport Chrono Package Plus. And obviously the most important part is that it's a 6-speed manual, so it's got the most involving gearbox. These are great gearboxes for these cars, really involving, along with the hydraulic steering that these cars have, which was the last, this was the last generation with hydraulic steering. Sport Chrono Package Plus gives you that lovely dashboard mounting stopwatch. This one's also been spec'd in red, and it also gives you the sport button, which makes the throttle more sensitive to your inputs on the manual car. The center console has also been painted in gloss black as well, which really elevates the interior. And also these from the factory were spec'd in the special edition aluminium version, so it's got Porsche there. It's really bright sunshine here, so you can't really see it, I think, but they are really nice. So it's the aluminium gear knob, aluminium handbrake. It's got the multi-function steering wheel. Obviously, this being a manual, it doesn't need paddles or anything, so it's quite nice to have all the controls, and they actually all work with the Pioneer head unit, so it's got all of the correct interface for all those buttons to still work as they should. The rollover bar was also from the factory, painted in basalt black. Normally that's like a metallic grey, so that also finishes off and makes it cohesive on the outside. And then the wind deflector is also the transparent one, so it's much easier to see through the rear view mirror through that, rather than the that you can get sort of like a mesh version, which isn't as good. Heated seats as well, I forgot to mention. It's got the optional heated seats, and it's got the sound package plus, which is 9 speakers and 235 watts. It's got a little storage area just above the engine there. I'm going to start the car up so you can hear it. So that's with the exhaust in its quiet mode, and then you'll hear the valves when I press the button, and it makes it a lot more tuneful. So that's it with it on. These sound absolutely brilliant with the sports exhaust, and that's it with it disabled. So it doesn't necessarily make it louder, it just makes it a more deeper sound, but they sound so good, these 3.4s with in the 987s. Beautiful sound. I'll just show you that when the servicing is due. So next service is due in 18,000 miles, 496 days. So yeah, beautiful example, as you can see. I'll just show you the front and rear storage. So at the back you got lots of space in there. You can even fit a set of golf clubs in there quite easily. I've got a separate video demonstrating that in another Boxster that we had in the past. And there is the front. Under this section you've got the battery, which is a very recent X-side version, so no issues with starting or anything like that, or holding power. There's a storage area there with also the case for the wind deflector should you wish to take that transparent section out. There's a storage in there, warning triangle there, and then you've got all the original tools as well. So you've got tyre compressor, you've got the towing eye, you've got the set of tools, which is a spanner, reversible screwdriver, and a headlight adjustment tool, and then you've got tyre gel there. That's the amp, I think, for this car. Let's fold this away. So this car, the last owner also had some further enhancements done on this car, which really add to it and make it very special, as well as those vents. He's fitted the full Eibach Pro Kit suspension spring system, and then it's been fully realigned with wheel spacers as well. So there's 15mm wheel spacers from Design 911 there, the Design Tech versions, with longer wheel bolts to bring the wheels right up to the edges of the wheel arches, while also lowering it with those springs. And at the front there's 7mm wheel spacers, again with longer wheel bolts to suit those the extra space between the hub and the wheel. And again, it makes it look absolutely sensational. Really nice stance to this car. As you can see, The tyres don't rub or anything like that. It's just that perfect setup, fully aligned as it should. It also had the sports tailpipes from the factory, so they have this sort of like ridged edge, so that's all original as well. I'll just show you that the spoiler works as it should. That comes up at around 70 miles an hour, it goes down at around 50. So I'll just show you the hood works as it should. So there it is going up. That can be operated at up to 30 miles an hour. There we go. As I said, it's in great condition. We've just fully cleaned it and treated it so it's fully waterproofed as well. We've done that every time, and actually the last owner had that done with his detailer as well. Just keeps it beading the water on top of it. And the whole car is in great condition, as you can see. Just put the hood down. That's it going away. Perfect. So we've also produced, or updated the file that we produce for all our cars. So that is here. So I can show you the full spec of the car. So it's January 2010. The 3.4 litre flat six has 310 horsepower, 266 foot-pound of torque, and it'll do 60 in around 5 seconds. There's the full option list. You can view all of this on our website. It's on the advert. It's also got the factory short shift kit, so the throw is very, very ideal. It hasn't got as long a throw as the standard gearbox has, so it's got the factory linkages, shorter linkages. I'm just seeing if there's anything else I've missed off of here. I don't think there is. No, everything on there I've mentioned. So there's a huge amount of X codes. These are special factory order codes, so things like the door entry guards in carbon, the short shift kit, the wheels painted in the body colour basalt black, the red dials, the aluminium gear lever and handbrake, switchable sports exhaust, sports tailpipes, centre console painted basalt black, rollover bar in basalt black, Porsche Crest headrests, and the red seatbelts. They're all X code, so they're all things that raise it above like most normal cars that come off the factory line, and quite often they're by special approval if they've got that many sort of customized parts from the factory. We've done a full over rev check on this car, so checked it hasn't been misshifted, and it hasn't. It's only got range 1, which is just below the red line in terms of the revs approaching the red line. So the thing you want to look out for is cars with 4, 5 and 6, so that's way above the rev limiter, normally down to, say, changing from 5th to 2nd instead of 5th to 4th by mistake. This car hasn't had any of those issues, so there's no sort of additional potential wear on the inside caused by misuse of the gear stick. The engine hours also corroborate with the mileage, showing that the car hasn't been clocked at all in its life. Full service history is also in this PDF, which is available on the website, and we've got all the invoices as well there in a nice file, as well as the fully stamped service book with the leather wallet with all of the driver's manuals and the 2 original Porsche keys, and the tracker fobs as well, because it has got the Porsche factory tracker as well. So yeah, beautiful car. I mean, these are really very sought after now, because they are the last mid-engine flat 6 Boxster models, the Boxster S in particular with the 310 horsepower. That mid-engine rear-wheel drive setup is just the right width in terms of the body, so you really do get to enjoy it on B roads much more than maybe some of the later cars. There's so much character in the engine and this platform. It's so well balanced, particularly with this setup of the wheel spacers and the springs. It's quite a costly exercise to do this in the region. Looking at the receipts which are in there for all the parts and the the setup. It's around £1,500 to do all of this, because you have to take all the suspension off, obviously refresh anything. I think it had front top mounts done at the same time, and it had lower arms at the front also done. We've previously done the rear arms before the last chap bought it. So, and he's had it since September 2021, so he's enjoyed it for a good few years, and he's looking to buy a 996 manual coupe now. So this has come back to us to find another owner. If you are interested in the car, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thanks for watching.